And it's going to be Denver with the ball to start the game. Denver in their black, trimmed in orange. Whipsnakes in white, trimmed in black. Denver will play 2 this weekend. They'll wrap things up against the Chaos Sunday afternoon on ABC. Quick shot, Law scores! How about that? Welcome home, Eric Law. Young man out of Arapahoe High School, played for the Warriors. That's a stone's throw from where we are right now. Puts Denver up top early.
Great look up top. Dalton Young picks up the assist, and for some reason you had a Maryland defender, 33 in white, Matt Dunn, just kind of in Nowheresville. Law senses that and turns the corner left-handed for the little sneak.
Here's one of them right here, 23 and right, Ryan Conrad. They made a trade for him with the Water Dogs earlier this week. So Conrad getting to play, and there's it! A little twister finds the far right corner, knotting this game up at 1 apiece.
I asked Zed before the game, I said, when you got that free agent tryout with the Buffalo Bills and you weighed in, what did the scale read? He said 240. 6'3", 240, okay? And for whatever reason, the Outlaw defense doesn't get to his body. Just too easy for the big man, who finishes this up with a...
Malone. As defender hung up. Good pass inside! And it's buried by Ryan Conrad. First goal as a member of the Whipsnakes, and they take the lead.
Conrad from Malone. Conrad will cut right to left across your screen. Malone just puts it to space, and it's like a tap-in. Welcome to the Whipsnakes. There's nothing like playing meaningful lacrosse in August and September.
Here's Young, one of those rookies you talked about in the open.
Opportunity now against the shorty for O'Neal.
Quickly the double comes, though. Someone's got to be open. Try to force that pass inside. O'Neal tracks it down, but just 5 to shoot. O'Neal's going to have to let it go one-handed. It does, and scores! Standing O from Barton. We're all tied at 2.
What a great vibe here today. Their first opportunity to see Brennan O'Neal play in person. And guess what he's got up his sleeve? A one-hander. He's been flirting with this shot all season. We've seen him take this off the mark. He realizes that the shot clock is not his friend. And so when he rolls back to his right, he doesn't have time. Look at that strength, the dexterity. And he beats Krebs 5-hole between the wickets. This is coming right into your living room. A one-hander from Brennan O'Neal. It was Fields who jumped, went between his legs, and lifted. Josh Burns got a one-handed shot. I think that's going to become more and more commonplace.
Why do you think that is?
Stick technology. The sticks are getting lighter. The athletes are getting stronger.
Denver takes the lead. 2 straight for the Outlaws at home. This time it's Josh Zawada.
It's a big goal for Josh Zawada. Watch the down screen set. A wonderful pick, which allows him to curl right-handed. There it is. Creates a little bit of separation against the Fogo Nardella, 91 in white, who loses his stick. And Zawada painting corners from about 12 yards. But a terrific down screen set by Luke Weirman, the face-off man.
Help comes. That's going to leave Patra open. They move it around to Rambo. O'Neal, or I should say TJ Malone, couldn't handle that. But Zed picks it up. Now he's on the move. Shoot, scores! Look how well he moves for such a big guy.
He's just a menace. He's a menace, and he bails out his buddy, Matt Rambo, here. Rambo buries a pass in the dirt. And Williams comes up with a scoop, and suddenly the Denver defense is out of sorts. They kind of lose their matchup integrity. Right here, he scoops it up, uses the crease. Weil tries to run around front and can't get there in time. And Zed Williams, as I said, 5 consecutive hat tricks, shooting over 36% in that time period. Defend the 2 here against Chanenchuk. He's number 1 on the near side.
I'll pair it for a little bit.
There's Malone. There's
Right
Chanenchuk
here.
right there.
You better defend that 2.
Or Chanenchuk will go inside and find Anderson. Was that cue a direct result of Chanenchuk being so proficient from outside? It opened things up inside?
I think it was. I think Levi Anderson, the rookie out of St. Joe's, the big lefty, positions himself in the high slot area. Basically, this is a standard 3-3 set, okay? But what has changed and what's evolved is that inside crease player, back when I played, would be inside the red line. He'd be right on top of the crease. Now it's much higher slot area. And what that has done is created more seams, more passing lanes, made the slides tougher for the defense. Anderson's been a plus, man. This young man from Calgary, Alberta, he's been all good news.
Weirman can shoot.
For Jimmy Stagnita.
3 saves on the night, and 2 of them have been outstanding, Q, from point-blank range.
Fans absolutely love it, and they wanted to see some transition. Left side of your screen, Rambo from me to you. McElroy matches up.
Look at Bundy getting free from the defender. He shoots and scores! A little headbutt action here, Q. How did he get free?
I sense the temperature of this game rising as Bundy comes off the field and salutes this crowd. Again, he has got the reputation as a two-point distance shooter, high volume type guy. Look, he deals with Puglisi, shrugs him off, and then takes that ball to the rack right down the middle of the field. Again, the assumption is that Bundy's going to let it go from distance. These fans are into it.
Kaylee, what'd you hear in the Outlaws huddle?
Well, that's exactly right. And Jim Stagnita just said on the other side, no, we can ride these guys. And on the Denver side, they're doing a nice job at trying to make them play faster. That's what Stagnita has said from the beginning of this game. They're pressing us. They're making us play faster. When we slow down, there's a lot of people open.
And he was not open, but Malone didn't care. Just waited for the defense to run right by him, and he was able to beat McElroy for the goal.
TJ Malone has put together a masterful summer. He's got his name in the running for Rookie of the Year with Connor Schellenberger and Brendan O'Neill. This is a late developing guy out of Haverford, a late bloomer. He was 5'4", 160 pounds when he was 16 years old. He didn't hit that growth spurt till his senior year. He ended up getting picked up. He was an Amherst verbal cutter. He ended up getting picked up by Penn State in May of his senior year in high school.
Weirman getting up slowly after that face-off. Denver's won 7 of the 11 draws. Started pushing the back on that one. That's why Outlaws with possession. Look at Hanley! You said it earlier. You need him to come to the fore. And with just over a minute left in this first half, he does just that.
He is such an ox. He is Paul Bunyan with a lacrosse stick, just leaning in. That's great defense by Alex Mazzone. Look at him. His stick's in the numbers. He's not giving up any kind of real estate. He's got his stick up, and somehow Hanley just fights through this. This is equivalent to a defensive lineman running through the blocker to the quarterback. He didn't go around him. He didn't flank him. He didn't beat him with a spin move. He just said, you know what? I'm bigger, stronger than you. I'm going to lift you off your feet and get to the spot I want to get to.
Let's go. Hey, back left.
Of course, the two-way man will stay on and try and utilize that pick from Malone. Gets it back to Malone. Anderson ducks under his defender, has room, scores! That was a thing of beauty.
You think about clock management, and that comes back to sting the Outlaws, but I love this. Slob pass, pump and go by Anderson. Really nice offensive possession by the Whipsnakes. They don't dilly-dally, they get right to it. It starts with some good action behind the net before the defense. And for some reason, Pisano, 88 in black there, over-approaches Levi Anderson like he was getting ready to let go of 2. And Anderson, using his big body, gets to the rack.
Rambo coming upfield. Tries a question mark, can't get a shot off, defended well. That was Manley. Here's Patra. On the run, shoots and scores. Now the shorty Will Hawes on him, Q, and he took advantage.
Dodging to the pay dirt, he gets to the money spot. That's right in the middle of the field where the goal is 6x6. A good clear out by the Whipsnakes. Tell you, Patra coming out of Loyola. Watching him play for Charlie Toomey over the last couple of years, thought he was kind of a lefty wing dodger. Didn't realize how versatile he was to play in the wings of faceoffs. He's a good defender. We've seen him now in consecutive weeks, not only attack from the wing, but from the invert behind the net. He's a masterful pickup by Jimmy Stagnita in the draft.
Look how tough Nardella is on that ground ball. Now he's going to take a shot and score! Nardella's second of the year. Maryland gets their biggest advantage of the day at 8-5.
I got so much respect for Nardella coming in at 68%. But more than that, he makes the most of his limited opportunities as an offensive player, because in this league, when Fogos carry in, defenses don't want to leave their attackmen. He handles the pressure of Luke Wehrman hanging all over his shoulders, and he buries the rock.
Kaylee, what's going on?
Well, Coach Staggs had a big smile on his face pregame when I asked about Nardella, and you're right, he leads in faceoffs, but he said he's just a consummate professional. Always watching film. He recruited him back in Rutgers, and now you can see Staggs on the sidelines heated.
Conrad, 23 in white, on his new team, traded from the Water Dogs in midweek. He's got a goal already in this game.
He was happy, he told me pregame. Said he sulked initially this week, and then he was thrilled.
And now he's got an assist to boot.
And I said, why? He said, because I get now to play in some big, meaningful games.
Yes.
And so while he loved his teammates at the Water Dogs and they had a great run, here now Ryan Conrad's got his second point of the game, and he's playing in a meaningful game in the month of August, and this team, the Whipsnakes, will play a playoff game.
Good look finding Malone just sneaking into the open area.
And Connor, this guy played for Team USA, okay? He's an all-star level player. On the year, 5 goals, 1 assist in 7 games this season. It's been a subpar year for Ryan Conrad.
Yeah.
But the change in scenery, I just said, who was the first guy out for warm-ups today when we got here?
Yeah, shooting by himself out there.
Ryan Conrad.
Terefenko's going to want to give it up and run off the field. That's exactly what he does.
I got Zed Williams on D.
Pacino scores! The rookie from UAlbany. His first goal as a professional here in the PLL. Could not have come at a better time, Q.
Off the turnover, big head and shoulder fake, top of the arc. Zed Williams overplays it. He resets his feet, shoots this one at about 1 o'clock, straight over the top. Welcome to the PLL, Jake Pacino.
JT Giles Harris on the run.
O'Neal needs more touches.
Law scores, flying through the air.
Eric Law, the crowd favorite. We got a smile. Colorado native.
Rough Riders love it.
Second sneak goal. Look at him. Point behind. The defense sets up for the break. He's reading where the defense is set. He curls up left-handed, offers a visual target. You see the head fake. He looks down at Krebs' feet as if to say, I'm going to shoot this ball low. Watch him fake and use deception right here. Look low, shoot high.
Good look by Will Hawes in transition to find him. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Heacock wants his left hand.
Back left!
Comes off a pick. Question marks back to his right. Can't get anything there. Malone, though, comes upfield and buries it.
When you have defensive hiccups, TJ Malone makes you pay. Watch the pick right here. Malone senses both players upfield. Smith then settles in. Top of the crease, Malone sees it and curls. And doesn't hesitate and beats Smith 39 to the goal line extended. Nice throwback from Heacock, but a great read from the rookie TJ Malone out of Penn State. He's got 16. Brennan O'Neill now has 16 touches on the game, which is really half of what he should have. When they're playing well, he's getting well past 32, 36 touches.
And Maryland continues to take advantage. And Ryan Conrad, what a debut for 23 in whites. Came over from the Water Dogs in a midweek trade, and he's got 2 goals and an assist. It's back to a 3-point lead for the Whips.
Maryland attacking this Denver defense from behind the net. Alex Smith, decent defense. Denver offers no help. And Conrad's able, while running upfield, to turn the corner just enough and bounce this ball past McElroy. Somewhere along the line, the Denver Outlaws are going to have to support that matchup and send the double team.
And Nardella paints a corner. 2 goals for him. Largest lead of the night for the Whipsnakes. And they've taken this great crowd at Barton completely out of this game here late in the 3rd quarter.
6-goal quarter for Maryland. Nardella, that time respected. He switches that. Think about the skill level it takes for a face-off man to switch right to left on the run and tags a corner. That is an elite play by Joe Nardella. Big. Tell you, they've gone to a heavy behind-the-net presence on offense.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
Rambo.
Alert! Alert! Go!
Got to step on his defender. Tough angle, but he scores anyway.
And it works again. Manley's face tells the story there. Rambo's laugh tells the other part of the story. He's still got it. You know, there's been moments this summer where you say to yourself, gosh, Rambo's lost a step. And then 10 seconds later, he makes a play like this, where you're like, well, not so fast. Rambo still got it.
And look at the angle here on this
So
shot,
I say,
too.
when you think he's toast, he shows up with a sequel. Matt Rambo, one of the all-time greats.
10 seconds to shoot. Young shoots, scores on the bouncer. So turn to another rookie in Dalton Young.
That's a start off the reset on the end line. Give these fans something to cheer. Young works off the pick at X. He gets the switch, but then when he gets up to that high right-handed position, he's able to plant and kind of turn the corner and work himself back towards the middle. Chorus playing without a stick, 15 in white, and that really hurt his ability to double team the determined Dalton Young.
Rambo. Nice catch by Malone.
Back left!
Patra shoots, scores! Beats McElroy 5-hole.
Silence here in Denver as this Whipsnakes offense continues to dissect. Been talking about them getting the ball behind the goal all day. This ball reversal is perfect. Malone swings it from Rambo. Patra's got all sorts of space. Little level change. A 3/4 arm release to a low location. It's another Whipsnakes rookie on the board. And getting the ball behind the net continues to pay dividends for Jimmy Stagnita.
We have a call against Denver. Going to be a turnover. Offsides on the restart. Malone scores on the other end. What a killer sequence of events.
TJ Malone building that resume for Rookie of the Year. Tell you, the Whipsnakes do not play next week. They've got to bye. If this holds, they finish at 6-4. He came into this game with 31 points, and suddenly he's putting a lot of pressure on Connor Schellenberger of the Atlas and Brennan O'Neill of the Outlaws. TJ Malone maybe head up top of the party. So the Whips will then resurface in the quarterfinals, and we were looking at it probably as a 3 seed or a 4 seed
3
or
or
a
4
5.
Cannons still couldn't, kind of control their own destiny, if you will, to be the 3 seed, which I think is important because then you avoid the Atlas in the semifinals if you get that far.
Alert!
Conrad again with the shot. TJ, our producer, saying Maryland wouldn't play for another, 24 more days, TJ? 24 more days until the quarterfinals because they got the week off in between.
Yeah. I don't love that for a team that's won 4 straight. Ryan Conrad's got 3 goals. Welcome to the Whipsnakes, University of Virginia product. Grew up in Baltimore, played for Loyola Blakefield. I remember watching Conrad when he was an undergraduate at Virginia nail a 55-yard field goal at the Syracuse indoor facility
right.
at a Friday practice.
Right, we were watching that. They had a field goal kicking contest.
And his athletic ability, his balance, his hand-eye coordination, he nailed a 55-yard field goal off the turf like it was nothing.
Yeah.